All right, we here at I Like It Raw. We got a couple of our team members, and we trying to just talk about everything that's going on today with the protests and the riots and the coronavirus. And we right here in New York, so they're gonna be able to give y'all their exact opinion on what they think coming straight out of New York. And it's not like I just picked somebody up off the streets. They really from New York. Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves. And
So my name is Ryan Evans. I'm from New Jersey, but I've been up here working, helping people out with what we do for better half of about 3-4 years now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Not too much. There's my colleague Saron.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, how you doing? I'm Saron, and I'm originally from the 5 boroughs, but I moved up here about 20 years ago and been working with the Hudson Valley Environmental Solutions for about 3 or 4 years, and we just helping families become more proactive with the things that they don't know about with health and wellness. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so let's get on the first topic, this coronavirus, before we get into all of this protesting and stuff. What have y'all noticed about the coronavirus, or what has been different since that whole thing came up here in New York?
Man, you want to know how I feel?
Yeah, how you feel?
They call it the pandemic. I call it the plandemic. I think it's all a part of a plan that they have for their agenda. And whoever that may be. So
how has it affected you as far as what happened?
I haven't seen my family, my close relatives, in a long time. I just had a son 2 months ago, and my mom, my dad hasn't been able to see my son, and my sister. So that's how it affects me.
Breaking up family a little bit.
Yeah, man. So that's what I'm concerned about. People are becoming more distant with the people that they are tight knit with.
Ryan, what things you noticed?
I'm pretty much on the same kind of wavelength. I feel like it's something that there's definitely an agenda behind it, without getting too deep into it.
Right.
It seems like, they want things to be going a certain kind of way. And now we're kind of sidelined by what's going on now with the riots and the protests that's going on. But yeah, definitely a pandemic to have a shift in society.
Right, because even with these riots and stuff, I'm kind of that way too. I don't think this just popped out of the blue.
Yeah,
right.
I think it was planned as well. So with all of the protests, how y'all feel about everybody, because they're doing it all around the world, they protesting about what's going on. How y'all feel about that?
Well, this ain't nothing new. The racism never stopped. It's just being recorded now.
Right.
And so we can see it and live. But I saw a couple of posts. A brother put up posts about Dr. Martin Luther King and how 50 years ago they protested
almost to this date.
Yeah.
And he serious?
and you got several civil rights leaders and countless people who were killed in lieu of all of this, and it never stopped. It's just
Yeah, it's been more and more televised ever since, like, the 70s with the King issue, Rodney King issue, and the riots that followed that. People are becoming more socially active to try to it's not right, so people are trying
to do something now.
Yeah.
It's a stat that something just came out. Roger Goodell, he's the head of the NFL. He's giving $44 million to help out on this cause.
right.
What do y'all think
On
about
what cause?
what side would you mean?
Police brutality
For
minorities.
Okay. I'm just trying
he
to
put
clarify.
$44 million. They said they're going to donate. They're going to make sure anybody who's helping on this cause, I guess, get a piece. What do y'all think about that? That's big news right there. Yeah. Because they just kicked Kaepernick out for kneeling, and now they dropping $44 million for police brutality. How do you feel about that?
I mean, as I said, it's all a part of their plan. So now,
Right.
They want to be viewed in a certain way by people because of what happened in the past. So I guess this is, their way of cleaning up what happened in the past, possibly.
It looks like they're trying to protect their investment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that didn't work out so well when we did that. Let's try to, do better this time.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So, okay. Now, in Newburgh, we seen a little light.
They had some
Little
protests.
30, 40 people. But in New Jersey, I know you told me from New Jersey, they had actual police officers walking with the
That's all around New Jersey. That's Newark,
walking with the people.
Camden.
How weird is that? I'm gonna give y'all my opinion, but
I mean, I don't think it's weird that if you're a person with a conscience.
I think what's weird is seeing it. They don't like showing us stuff like that.
Right.
So I think it's
Right.
weird because I saw something that actually made me almost emotional this morning. It was an officer. They were white, and not to make it like a race thing, but they were white, and you had a bunch of African American protesters, and one of the ladies was kneeling, trying to just create some kind of peace and amends between the divide that we have, and he pushed her or whatever, and one of the black officers actually reprimanded him, and it was just like touching to see someone actually holding their colleague accountable.
Accountable.
Because
Right.
we've seen so many times, like with the George Floyd videos that's coming out, or everything we've seen in the past forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We've seen just people just stand by, afraid to move.
What saddens me is that this is still happening, but just recently, 2 deaths or murders, however you want to put it, occurred right here in Newburgh. A gentleman was wrestling with the cops over a gun,
Yeah.
and he got killed.
That was last month, right?
Yeah, and another young brother just got hit by the police car into another vehicle and got killed by the police. So,
wow. And that's in Newburgh.
yeah, that's right.
Somebody
That's right in
called
our
me.
backyard.
Right. Someone, Wayne, called me from Florida and was like, "Hey, man, it's a riot in Newburgh." I knew nothing about it, and that we seeing. So let's go over some solutions. What do y'all think? Some solutions that could help this situation? Because, like you say, we've been doing this. They've been doing this for 30 years.
Right.
I would hate to see the same thing happen 5 years from now, and it's just like another movie.
Another day is too long.
Right.
We need to, and I know this is a how can I say it?
Sensitive.
Not so much sensitive. This is something that may take a little more than.
Like there's no quick fix.
Right. It's gonna take. I think we need to start reuniting how we were in those days and times when we had the Black Wall Streets.
Yeah.
When we had that population of communities of black business owners where we supported each other and we united together for a common cause. I think it's time. I think that's the solution, because I feel that black people in general are the number one consumers in this world.
Right.
We buy everything. So
Right.
if we start supporting each other and buying from each other and policing our own neighborhoods,
Raising the revenue in our own societies, so we don't have to really worry about the injustices that we get outside.
absolutely,
Right.
Like
absolutely,
you have in other communities.
Yeah.
and abolish that mindset of actually supporting each other.
Yeah.
Because you see your brother doing something, I ain't going to buy.
There's a lot of
nothing from
mental
him.
growth that
Yeah.
needs to be there as well.
Yeah, man.
mental.
You know what I'm saying?
We need mental. We need mental.
It's almost like
Mental therapy. We need
Definitely.
rehabilitation.
Definitely.
rehabilitation. Yeah.
Definitely.
I think that's a part we need. We need to be rehabilitated. And our mindset got to change.
So what's some things that we can do to actually put that into action? Like, aside from because we support black businesses,
right.
We
and that's
work for a black business.
That's a lot of the problems. Is with a lot of these people, like you said, jobs. So
yeah,
that's one part of it, but it's still more the mental condition, the conditioning of the mind.
Yeah.
Right? How do you penetrate the walls of
I think that
black households?
That starts with the future.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be so easy to start with a 50-year-old person, 40-year-old person.
Start with the new people.
You got to start with the new people because it's like you talk about people now, like for instance, like people that know about environmental issues.
Mm-hmm.
At a younger age, they start at a different playing field as opposed to people that don't. You do.
Yeah, but I don't think that means not to. Because I think everybody deserves a chance to be turned around if they're interested.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we should totally disregard them. I'm saying I think the most effective route is to target the youth. I think that it's like you said, it's mental rehabilitation. That's towards the rest.
Yeah.
But the youth is like it needs to be something that like where we know certain things already. We don't have to like find out 30 years later.
Right.
Through trial and error. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. So do you think that approaching this from a perspective of like being violent is going to work?
Nah, I don't think so. Cause me personally, I think that they already doing that. Like they stepped on the dude's neck. He was on his neck. He was already doing violence. So if we look at history, it's gonna show that that's the catch to get them. That's the catch to get them to do that.
Right.
So I think it gotta be more constructive. Cause you think of like in our inner cities, if you hear about stories in the inner city where, let's just say two black guys, they handle businesses like if it was something gonna happen, it's more planned and it's more sophisticated. We see it all the time. But it's not just violence or burning up. They do it. They scheme and take a brother out. You know what I mean? So it's like we gotta plan and do something that's gonna make it abolish instead of just like a fight.
Right.
People are way more powerful than what we don't have but guns and stuff to do.
I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to ask you. You got two sons. I got a son.
Right.
Do you feel that it's a good thing to teach your children how to use a firearm? I mean,
yes.
Okay.
I mean, looking at this and seeing where this is going,
right? I
think so.
Just for the sake of protecting, not to be on no.
Right. They need to know how to use it responsibly because we live in a
right to.
Yeah, and it takes away that curiosity of Dad got a gun in the closet. Right. Let me play with it, and a mistake happens. If you can leave it on the nightstand, and they like, oh, we know about the gun already, and we play with it, and we know that the dangers, and Do you think that's a good thing to expose the children to? That's a great
thing to expose the kids because it's not the guns that's killing people; it's the people.
It's the people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What about you, Ryan? What you was thinking?
Yeah, I agree. I think the more that you can teach child, the more mature they can be with it.
Right.
Same thing with sex. Of course, certain age you do things like that.
Right.
I think it's definitely a good thing. I feel like you said, guns don't kill people. It's the people that aren't thinking clearly or making the best decisions for the betterment of others. So
Absolutely.
most times those cases is things like that. I think it's a good thing.
Okay. So you was finna get into some other topics on. I know we talking about the riot and everything, but you was finna get on some other topics.
Yeah. How you feel about growing your own fruits and vegetables and stuff like that? Because I heard you went on you're doing the vegan thing now.
Yeah, man. I went into this lady's house one day and she changed my life.
Wow.
But Yeah, I think growing fruits and vegetables. I'm big on plant based, and that's where I'm headed at right now. I really look at growing my own, because that's where it's going at. I think growing your own, and just
definitely
being able to have your own plant based stuff. But I think plant based is where it's going, and I think there's a lot of people that's invested in plant based businesses that want to push it as far too. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
how you feel about that?
I like the idea. I'm not vegan or vegetarian. But my aspect of it is the self dependency, the independency, not having to rely on a
Being
supermarket.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not having to rely on a supermarket, having something that you know where it came from, you trust it, you know what I mean?
Right.
So things I think that's really cool to be able to provide for yourself. In times like this, you look around and it's difficult for people to go out to the store and get stuff. To wait in line. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you could go out in the back and get your spinach, your tomatoes, your lettuce, your broccoli, and all those things, go back inside. You know what I'm saying? That'd be
we
very
wasn't taught this though. It's not a lot,
Yeah, we were taught to depend on the supermarkets that we go to.
Right.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that not that we talking, because how can I put it? I have neighbors that are white,
right?
And they have raised beds in their backyard where they grow lettuce and cucumbers, and I have certain things that I prepare in my house, and we trade. And I'm like, wow, look at that, man! They got chickens, they get their own eggs. So I look at that and like, wow.
You ever imagine times before how we would just coexist like that? You know what I mean? Like, you got chickens and I got this, and we can just. I rely on outside of other people.
That's what made me want to do that, seeing my neighbors do it. But I don't know too many brothers that's doing stuff like that, so that's why I asked. It's interesting to me to see that, and it's probably just because where we live. I know it's a lot of people brothers and sisters that probably are on that, but where are they, and how can we support that?
Yep.
Yeah. Help that
you
grow.
told me about one right there in New Paltz, right?
Yeah. That's a black owned farm.
Yes.
But I can't even say anything about that. What is it? I think it's called the Ever Growing Farm Family. It's out in New Paltz. Yeah, man. They got a lot of good stuff. They got rice and everything out there. I think they harvest the rice and everything out there. Yeah.
All right. So we get into the fruits and vegetables. Now, what y'all think about the environmental awareness? How is people in their environmental awareness? Your opinion right now?
I think it's really being swept under the rug because of all of the stuff that's going on right now. When you look at things from the perspective of just last year, everybody was focused on going green, using less chemicals, getting back to the natural things you use in your home to clean up. And now it's like you got to buy 3 times more of the chemicals that you was trying to avoid last year because of the coronavirus and all these other things that are
what's going on?
Yeah, that are in front of us.
I wonder if you compare the numbers, how many more chemicals were bought these first 6 months, 2020, versus like last year, the other few years when the initiative was more,
absolutely
based on environment and less on corona and stuff.
That's why I call it a pandemic, man. I just looked at it like, it's interesting that, these a lot of companies are starting to, like, you got the soda companies selling water. You got other people that's just coming out with their own brands of bottled water, and now it's right back to where we started. Oh, disinfect, sanitize, buy this, buy that, and you can't even find half of that stuff anymore. Like it was plentiful.
Right.
Just last year, you can find bleach wipes. You can find out. I couldn't even. You know how long I couldn't find a bottle of alcohol?
Wow.
Almost a month I couldn't find a bottle of alcohol because people are just, using what they can, buying what they can, and so much of it that, they're stockpiling this stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy.
All right, so we talked about environmental awareness. Now, water pollution. I don't know if y'all know, but we did. They now are allowing companies to pour their toxic waste into
The Hudson, right?
rivers, lakes, and streams. So
I think that's something that's been going on. That's been going on though, right?
well, they stopped it. I guess now they're gonna pass to where they, it's probably
more
been
legal.
on and going right. It's probably
Probably
like
won't get fined and stuff like that, maybe.
so. But what that's gonna do is it's gonna make the water now more polluted.
Right.
Okay, not to say people who we got that's just dumping anyway. They don't care that
It's almost like an initiative to like, it's all right now.
Right. But we do it. We damage our water pollution ourselves with the plastic bottles. How do you think we can stop polluting our own waters? Like, what's ways y'all think we can stop polluting our own environment?
I mean,
We have a perfect example right here.
yeah. I mean, I bottle my. I have treated water in my house, and I bottle it myself and drink it. I carry my water with me. So that's just one way that I practice. But I'm guilty of, having things that are in plastic wrappers and. Because how do you avoid it? Like I don't grow my own fruits and vegetables.
Yeah. I think it's
Good
similar.
point. You just said that.
It's similar to what you said with the injustice we were talking about before. It's not a quick fix.
Yeah.
It's something that you're used to.
It's convenient.
And so because what I've been doing, I've been buying, like when I go to the dollar store, I'll buy glass jars. I'll get a couple glass jars. I'll grab a couple every now and then because I'm starting to put all my stuff inside glass jars.
Right.
I'm trying not to have to buy any more plastic so I can just use that, refill that. Because I go to the pantry over there, Nature's Pantry.
Okay.
Get the raw food, throw it in glass. Run out.
Got you.
Get some more, throw it in the glass. So it's I think it's like it's small changes that you make to slowly. I don't gotta do that anymore. That
Right.
saves us from that. Like the water is one. Also, like soap
Yeah.
as well.
I stopped buying garbage bags.
Okay.
Oh, you don't buy garbage bags anymore?
Mm-mm.
So what do you
So
do?
what do you use?
I just if I bag my groceries at the store, I use those.
That's what I've been doing too. Actually,
Right.
it's funny you said that. 'cause
Why
I
you
don't-
buy? It's kind of crazy. You buy garbage bags
To
to
throw
throw
in
them
the
away.
garbage.
But the thing is, right. The thing is though, these stores are getting away in New York from plastic. So like, I was at Adams Farms and they don't even sell plastic.
Right.
So, what would you do? Well, not the plastic bags, with the paper bags, your
I
garbage
probably
bags.
just convert to paper bags. If I buy my fruits and vegetables from a place say like Adams, they still give the paper bags for free. So I just put my garbage in there.
That's a little gem though. You don't really need garbage bags. We pay a lot for them.
Yeah.
I don't buy them either. I keep them because it's just me in the door. I keep the bags I use at the store. I put them on the doorknob. Throw my garbage out once it gets a little full. Tie it up. Put a new one.
But now I'm starting to think. You should go to how are you wasting and what are you wasting that you need all of this garbage?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't have a lot of garbage that my compost. I throw in the. I put that in the proper place, and most of my garbage is dry garbage. So I can put it in the paper bag and crush it down, throw it in the big garbage can outside. I think that's a point
too. Yeah, we need to know how to access everybody needs to know what's garbage and what's not.
Right.
What's reusable and what's not. Because a big difference in Florida, we don't have it the way you turn in a bottle and you get 5 cents.
Oh, wow.
In New York, they have that.
So they got a lot more garbage around.
They don't care about. They having plastic everywhere. They don't.
Wow.
There's no stores that's like, yo, we not doing. Or they don't ask you paper or plastic.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like they don't have the same environment.
Yeah.
But I know in New York it's more polluted.
Yeah. In California, it's like that too. Mm-hmm. They take everything. They're more aware. When I was in Cali, they the stuff that you can't turn in, like milk cartons, certain juice cartons, they allow you to recycle everything. And I found
For
that to
5
be
cents.
I found that to be very interesting. Like, wow, they even let you recycle the milk cartons, the gallons. I'm like, wow, man, because this is stuff people normally throw away, you know, and it's plastic that ends up in our environment, you know.
Okay, so everything's opening back up. What y'all think about how everything is gonna be now? I've been telling people that I don't think everybody gonna spend their money the same.
No.
That's just my personal opinion. Things opening up. What you think is gonna?
I think it's kind of, you're gonna have a wave of people that think the opposite. They can't wait to spend their money right now.
Yeah, no, you are definitely gonna have people like that.
You know, you're gonna have some people that you know, they're conservative, but then you got the ones that they can't wait to get back out there. I actually was in Harlem the other day, and you know about a store called Denise?
Food store?
It's Denise is a clothing store for females, and it's, you know, it's like a fairly inexpensive place for girls to go to get nice, you know, little leggings and stuff like that. It was crazy for me to drive down 25th and see a line outside of Denise because there was no other stores open, you know. So when you run out of the variety, you're gonna hasten to what you can get, and you would have thought that they was giving away gold in that store. The line was, if Denise is on 25th between St. Nick and Frederick Douglass. The line was, and it was, they was in that store's located in the middle of the block. The line was almost halfway up the block for people to just get in the store.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So what you think, Ryan?
I'm curious to see if all these places are gonna open up once they're allowed to. If they're gonna be cautious with this, you know.
Right.
With the whole corona thing. I feel like with everything going on now, though, with the protests, it's like, are we really still worried about the COVID anymore?
Right.
Yeah,
You got
because
people locking arms and you know, everything.
what happened to social distancing,
What
right?
happened to social distancing, right?
I guess that anger make you forget about what's actually going on right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it makes me realize that if the count of people for coronavirus ain't go up since all this has started and everybody just out doing what they want to do, then is it some of it media hype, or, you know, we know it's real, but is it as serious as they are saying it is?
Yeah,
you know?
I'm curious to see if the government and the news outlets will continue to track after these riots are done. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wonder if people will still care as much after these riots are done because of
They don't seem like
because
it.
everything, because when something's in your face, that's usually what's got first priority.
Right.
That's why we had our whatever was before, and then we had corona, and then the riots,
Right.
and then whatever's after that. You know, it's gonna get pushed back to the back burner. I feel like.
I think a lot of the stuff that's going on with coronavirus is you know the panic comes from the lack of knowledge, you know. And we discussed that before. You know, if you don't have the knowledge of something, I'm not you know, saying don't practice precaution, but you know, if you have some common knowledge about it, we know that the virus is 1 micron, and even the masks we wear can't really protect us. They 3 micron, they do really good, but you got to have those levels of protection, you know. I was reading a chart where it said it shows you the levels of the percentage that you're protected depending on what you got over your face. And if somebody coughs or somebody talks to you for 30 minutes or more, how susceptible you are to getting the virus. So, you know, I think when you have the common knowledge of what you need to do to protect yourself, there's nothing to really worry about.
Yeah, proper preparation.
Yeah,
It's best for anything you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, man, we're going to wrap this one up. I guess we'll be on another topic, another in our next episode. But yeah, we just gonna keep giving y'all this raw information and with no chaser on it. And if y'all got anything y'all want us to elaborate on, y'all could send us an email. You can send us at waterguards@gmail.com, and we'll get back to you. All right. So peace and love to the family. Here at I Like It Raw. Let these boys end it out, and we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Take it easy.